Hi, Anti-Society. Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we're checking out some more Tower of God Webtoon, and Bum has lost his chill at this point, because not only are we using techniques we learned from Ginseng, we're using the extreme versions. So we blew up a building, beat Kaiser, that's fun, and now we're going to figure out how to wrap up this whole station that we're on. I don't know. I feel like we still have a few threads to deal with because there are just some princesses around. There's a lot going on. Is this people being like, what was that? Because I'd be questioning, what did I just see? What did I just witness? It's bad when you, like, even, like, these two, right? Like, even Onyx, what? She has no chill, and even she's just, hang on a second. Good question. Good question. We just fall asleep during all the craziness that's happening? Immense power. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Everyone's, huh? Yeah, that was me too. I was like, that's a lot for you to be doing for a single battle. I get it though. Like, on the one hand, I'm like, is it overkill? But on the other, we are going up against somebody who was supposed to be a princess and has been like fighting people for a while. Unbeatable. So I feel like maybe we're also on a time limit. We're trying not to bleed out. It is ridiculous. I agree. Yeah, what is the plan? I didn't assume we were going to steal names because I have places to be. Are we going to get her out of debt? Do we have that kind of pull? Do we have that kind of money? Does Kun have that kind of money? Who has that money? Do we have Foog money? Do they? I have no idea. Who's funding this decision? Okay, so we're using the company card. Okay, so it's all about, again, people trying to save reputation, save face, not letting people know like where everything came from, the money and everything. Yeah, it's a lot of money. But I guess if we're just stealing from somebody, then, I mean, it's a good gamble. Aw, sweetie. And also, can we talk about how he's saying live your life and he's reaching a hand down? The symbolism that continues to happen of somebody falling and there being a point of light in the sky and then someone reaching out a hand to them. I'm just pointing out that there's some consistencies and some themes here. Yeah, you're gonna have to figure out a name. Oh, did we know? Because did we take the name? Did we just know it? It's like we talk about how like Jimizu's just like standing right in the middle of this fight. There's so much going on. Casual, just like, I lost. That's crazy to just be like, take care, bye. And again, another bye. Nobody's sticking around now. I wouldn't believe her either, to be fair. I don't know. It's a little bit shady. The look that you're giving there. It's a good piece of information. Real casual, like literally just being like, let's leave. Oh, Jesus. I was looking forward to seeing Hots have a moment. And now I'm distracted by the fact that there are like eyes, which, I mean, Jihad makes sense. The actual bye-bye is crazy for you to just be like, and I'm out. I would be so confused. Yeah, if I was in the middle of a serious fight and somebody just got a phone call and they're like, oop, sorry, bye. Oh, there's been so much going on since you've been fighting. We're figuring it out. Everybody gets to go on to bigger and better things. It's such an understatement to be like, whew, what a wild day. Kun, sweetie, darling, maybe less nonchalant. Just a tad. Just a little bit more freaked out, maybe. I like how he's like patient now. I literally just called you patient, so like it does make you look a little bit sick, but also you were bleeding out for a bit. Let him take care of you for a second. Considering we barely had any rest, like the moment he was supposed to be resting, he was like, sorry, I gotta dip and go do a training montage. And they were like, what? And I'll be back. Don't worry about it. He should just stop for a minute. Technically, you couldn't get involved, but you were there for moral support and to have plans. So that, I'm trying to be encouraging. I don't forgive her either. True, I would not be picking a fight with someone I just watched use enough immense power to take out somebody who, and I cannot stress this enough, was supposed to be one of the princesses of Jihad. I'd be like, you know what? Whatever you want, sure. Like, whatever the plan is, aye, Captain. Like, I would just be like, it's totally okay. I'm on your side, whatever that is. But hey, you. Girl, he is, well, for all you know, injured. Oh, did we also bring... We brought everybody? Yeah, but just like maybe some chill. Again, like I feel like Kun needs to be like less chill about things. I feel like endorsing she needs to dial it back, right? We need to find a middle ground. Like, this is not dignified. It's questionable. But you know what? Part of it is her like leaning into the bit, right? We all understand that like part of this is her presenting herself in a very specific way because that tends to be how she views her interactions with people, right? Is what persona do I have whilst talking to these people? Well, I figured out a solution of some kind. I do think it's interesting though that she was also of the mind that Bam was like choosing himself and what he was dealing with over her. And that was already an issue. And there was a bit of a like lines divided of like our main cast of characters because it felt like we had like different motivations, like different goals that we were going for. And now it's like actually we figured out a way to make it work out for everybody. It's just like there's craziness happening. It's a lot of money. And I feel like somebody's gonna notice that you paid that much money for something. Oh, my sweet darling. Oh, he got hurt. See, I can't forgive Kaiser. Look what happened. No forgiveness. Woof. Okay, so people are gonna know about it. Yeah, I was like, somebody's either gonna find out about it and notice that there's that much money being spent of some kind, or we're gonna be in debt of some kind, or it's gonna be perceived that way. Like, you owe us because we got you out of the situation. And that also makes me nervous. Yeah, there's so much going on. Just like the madness around them while they're trying to have a serious conversation. I was gonna say, we're gonna share the piece of information, right? It's like, I can't figure it out, but I know someone else who at least can ponder the idea for me. Oh dear. Oh, is that? I'm starting to remember it now. I know that we got the name drop before, and my brain was like, that could be anybody. And now I'm like, hold on, time out. I just felt like, I could feel it, like, you know, that like stomach drop of, oh, it's... So that'll be interesting. That'll be an interesting turn of events. Oh, my sweet darling boy. This is gonna be a whole thing. I'm just like really tense now. I'm just like, I'm having a moment of recovering. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Oh gosh, the way that it's like the blankness around this, of the amount of time you can tell of him like processing, and then just like, what? I'm so stressed now because Kun is one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite characters for a long time, and I'm just like, oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I feel like everything else that's happening now, I'm like, not nearly as important as I feel like what else is going on. Oh god. Right. There's also you. I'm so stressed. There's so many like people showing up that I'm like, oh no. The only one I'm happy to see is Lady Yuri. Everyone else, I'm just like, oh god. We had a bunch of stuff going on with that. Look, so many things have happened. I can't be expected to remember every single detail and like possibility, okay? There's so many names, there's so many people, and I'm still processing the Maria of it all. Leave me alone. Yeah, the mask is broken, so I'm assuming we've got a lot of stuff going on. Just always. You know what? If he doesn't need to intervene, he doesn't need to. That's the response. Were we under the impression that the mask was for anything other than taking on a different persona or whatever? I don't know, but like, no, I'm stressed. It's fine. Is this gonna be one of those moments where people are like, we can't take her seriously? That's a pretty girl. When would we want to take a pretty girl seriously? I like how they're like, is that the other one? What's happening? I like the lineup of those shots though, because they're them facing the same direction. I like that she shimmers. Ooh, the symbolism of her walking out of the high heels. Again, overarching themes that continue to come up in the series. Well done. Sometimes I'm like, I'm looking at the art, I'm invested in the story, I'm invested in the characters and the world building, but I feel like just a moment to appreciate the good writing of just, let's show us this person who is leaving behind the path that was shown to her, the name that she was supposed to be living for, right? The people that have controlled her up to this point, right? How do we show that this person is walking away from being manipulated and being basically like a showpiece for someone else to have prestige, to make their name look better, right? Have them walk out of the high heels because we've already established that. That's so good. So I just, as someone who has done writing for a long time and art, I appreciate when it's done well. Especially since everything is stressing me out. What a circumstance to find yourself in. Yeah, see, like letting them go, right? Letting go, having to live for the approval of her family. Oh, so now everyone's impressed. Especially since like now her name, right? The name that she's using now, which isn't like the Kaiser title, right? That name no longer holds like weight for her, right? She's not using a name for the prestige, which was like the whole point of this whole station, was what name do you have in order to have like power and authority? It's a decision for the hairstyle. Also the eyebrows. Way to commit. Way to stay focused, Shibisu. It's like immense skill and power. And we're like, she was always pretty? Yeah, he's in a different world. Are we getting hugs? Or are we piggybacking? What's happening right now? Is he so out of it that he's just sure? I like how Hutz has no fear. He's just, I'm gonna make fun of you. We've been traveling for too long for you to intimidate me. Yeah, it seems like it might be a great ally for us to take with us, maybe. I don't know. If we're just like collecting people with Princess's power level. Again, owning and selling people though. We took Beta. I'm just saying, if we're only taking people along because they hit a certain moral standard. We took the crazy one that murdered all of his friends. Sure, there's a little bit of leeway. That's a scary image. You got this. I think the time for you to let go was like a few hundred years ago at least. 1,000 years is a long time to be like, I want to make my parents happy, regardless of how time works in the tower. Ooh, are we getting like breaking free? I do think it's symbolic though to have some people who are like, what a waste, what a bright future ahead, there's so much potential, which is the opposite of her family who like immediately were like, you're not worth anything other than to send money for us to use. Like, you're just a tool for us to use in order to benefit ourselves. Which I'm sure other people are also like, we should have someone that strong with us. I was already like that. I'm like, can we have another powerful ally with us? Unless some of her family is, we would like to take her with us. No, we're here for the debt. They really are creepy. Every time I meet another member of this family, I'm just like, you make me vaguely uncomfortable with your presence. I do like, too, that it was like, don't do this thing. They're like, you can't tell me what to do. Immediately. Best way to get people interested would be like, oh, you can't bid on her, though. You're gonna just spend a bunch of money? Are you willing to do that, considering how much debt there is? Yeah, no intention. The way that he, like, nonchalantly gets involved on the drama. I don't know. I feel like you're scary. I'm just saying. I feel like dropping a name might get you someplace. Y'all are ridiculous, okay? Men, am I right? I feel like you can't do this thing. Screw you, I'm definitely gonna do that thing. Now you have to do it or you're chicken. Children, calm down. Oh god, there's so much happening. So many people have, like, different backing. Yeah. I was like, out of all of the people here, he's gonna be the one to bet the most. I don't know exactly what the currency is, but I'm gonna go out on a limb that when we start talking about billions, it's a lot. The flexible, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, okay, so this is all just because of your weird obsession with Bomb. Gotcha. VOA. So many people in this series, I'm just like, you make me uncomfortable. Also the casual, like, bye. It's a favor. Yeah, I feel like if you said your name, they'd be like, huh? It makes me so uncomfortable. People are like, refer to Bomb as a god. And I'm like, ooh. Like, I get that he's getting more powerful by the day. And I understand that his whole thing, especially from like Fook's perspective, is like, he's supposed to be a god at some point, right? Like, they're trying to create someone who is powerful enough to be a god, to replace Jihad, right? To take that place and to dethrone him. But at the same time, so uncomfortable. Ooh. I like before that we had the lining up of the shots, right? Where they were looking in the same direction. And then here, opposite. We're getting like inversion between the two, which I think is really interesting, not just in terms of lining up the shots in terms of having some continuity with the directionality of like how we're moving in the world, but then even just with this one shot, we're showing two people who are like on the same side or the stories are intertwined, but we're already seeing them at like opposites from each other, right? There's already like a facing off between them. Even just frowning, smiling, right? We're seeing an inversion of those two, which I think is fascinating. Like the casually, like, I'm tired, let's leave. Yeah, it's gonna get everyone's interest of like, why would you spend that much money on somebody that nobody knows anything about, right? By like her actual name, as opposed to like the title. And the fact that they paid all at once, like it's a bunch of money and it was paid all at once that very moment. Like they showed up with the intention to be spending that kind of money. Oh yeah, you missed a lot. There's so much going on. That amateur is wild shade to just be throwing. I understand there's like a power difference between Endorsi and Lady Yuri. There's a reason that I call her Lady Yuri. And people are like, it's cute that you do that like Bomb does. I'm like, I'm not gonna insult her. You see what she can do? I'm giving her all of the respect she is due. But it looks like things have taken a strange turn. What a summary. Like every arc in this whole series of, wow, what a weird turn of events. Something complicated must have happened. Also a good summary. It is sweet though that she was like, we'll go and bid on him and get him out of there if we need to. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the floor of death, aren't we? Yeah, valid. The casual, hey, what's up? Yeah, not suspicious at all. I'm not anywhere important. Like, it's totally fine. Don't even try and track down where I am because, oh my god. Do not make a bet. Oof. That's a bet though. I'm so stressed. God. I'm like, are we dealing with you again? Oh god. I don't like that. I don't like that. One, because more people getting involved that are super powerful. But two, the only other ring we've seen of that is what? Wangnan? Oh, and you. That's fine. I'm not stressed at all. I'm just wondering what you might be up to, just following right behind what we're doing with Jinsung around. I'm fine. I can't even tell you how many times during those couple of chapters my stomach fell. Considering that this was like an in-between thing. I was like, oh, we defeated Kaiser in the last one. We're probably just going to be like tying up the loose ends of getting out of this name hunt station. It's probably going to be like a little bit less action-oriented. And it was. Incredibly stressed though, because those are a lot of people to just be like all around the same events. Between like Karaka and Maria, my brain is, oh no. So that'll be fun to see where we end up. Am I gonna get a bit of a breather? Are we gonna have a moment of let's just chill for a second before we get into like launch into the next story? I have no idea. Things keep escalating and I'm just so stressed now. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that all turns out, how that all goes. I feel like we shouldn't make the bet. I feel like we should not bet with any of the princesses generally, but at the same time I'm like getting one of the like month's Weapons, that's a good that's a good way of getting somebody interested. But it feels like a specific, like, intentional manipulation. Because, like, obviously they understand some of the connections of what's happening at the name hunt station. It just stresses me out. I don't even know. I feel like I need to take a nap or something. I hope you enjoyed reading that along with me. You can click this playlist to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to Mystic Time. I post a Tower of God reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.